Alrighty, so I want to talk about something a little different today. I was thinking about it like recently. That actually happened I believe October 2022. And to be honest, I'm still really traumatized about it, you know? But don't worry, I wasn't hurt or any sort of way. I was just very scared, and I was like too traumatized, and I was too scared to get over it and stuff. But all I'm saying is that it basically left a mental scar on me that basically still remains to this day. I'm not really sure if I'm actually gonna get over it. Like it's been like what? How many years has it been? It's been like at least 4 years since I've actually gone through this event, and the mental scar will not go away. Like growing up, actually. Before I go ahead and say what happened to me, like when I don't know. Was I at least 17 year I believe I was actually 17 years old at the time, you know? But before I go ahead and get that out of the way, I just want to go ahead and just say I know about you may be asking about the headset and the beanie itself. Yeah, for the beanie part, I got a haircut like last weekend and I did not like it very much. I just think it looks really horrendous on me. I'm not trying to say that in like any self-harm or I'm not trying to say in like self-harm or any type of way. It's just I'm pretty picky with my hair. What I mean by that is I'm just really stern with how I look, you know? All I'm saying is I like my hair like very big and really poofy, but sometimes I have to get a haircut because I don't know, because I don't know. But I just do not like getting haircuts because most of the time my the results of my haircut would end up like very bad. But I do not feel like showing you my hair, the haircut that I actually got like Sunday. So yeah. So yeah, just don't mind the hat. I'm just really ashamed of my haircut, you know? And I just do not want people complimenting me or criticizing me about my haircut, you know? That's literally all I'm saying. And then for the headphone part or the headset part, I was looking back at my last video that I actually posted about me reacting to people having bad days, and I kind of came a conclusion. Well, not really came a conclusion, but I just noticed that my audio, whenever I would get very loud or basically scream or shout, it doesn't really take that very well. So it kind of minimizes the sound a little bit, or I'm not even sure how else to describe it. So I'm just gonna be wearing this headset. You guys, let me know if it's actually a little too loud or a little overkill. But for now, this is what I'm gonna be working with. So yeah, hopefully you guys are understanding about that. And yeah. Anyways, back to the main topic. I believe this actually happened when I was 17 at the time. Like it was Halloween. Like it was basically near Halloween 2022. I think. Yeah, it was basically Halloween 2022, and I was really curious about going to a haunted house. What I mean by that is going to a 13th floor haunted house, like near me. You know, I really wanted to go, and my dad decided to take me there, just me and him. So yeah. I was reconsidering. I mean, a few days I was like reconsidering a couple times if I really wanted to go or not. But dad already paid the tickets, so it kind of means that the damage is already done. And then when night came or should I say when um when nightfall came, I'm not even sure, but when it started to get dark a little bit, I was getting ready to go. I was getting ready to go and stuff, and I was a little nervous at first. But my dad told me that they can be all up in my face, but they can never touch you. So yeah, they can never make contact bodies. Okay, that sounded really wrong. But they can never make contact with you, but they can't. But they can get all up in your face. But yeah, that's all I'm saying. I was getting very nervous at first, and I was getting a little like petrified, and butterflies in my stomachs were like intensifying. You know, it's kind of like a metaphor or a figurative speech or an idiom. You get the deal. I believe a few hours later, and then we actually got there. And oh my god, boy, let me tell you, the line was very long and scary. For the scary part, there were basically some, there were basically some people in costumes, but I did not literally think that they were just people cosplaying as creepy costumes, but like in bet- like in a period of time they would actually just catch you off guard by scaring you. And oh my god, that is just it just caught me off guard. Also, I kind of want to go ahead and just mention this. This doesn't really have to do anything with this, but I mean, it kind of does. But at some point, I was like watching a Mario Kart Wii tournament video, like online tournament on my phone, because the line was getting pretty long. But we did end up finally getting there, and oh my god, the starting was actually terrific. Like what I mean by that is terror and stuff. That's all I'm saying. If that actually makes sense. By the way, if you don't really know what a 13th floor haunted house and how it typically goes and stuff, well, basically it's kind of like a walkthrough. It's kind of like a museum, but things can actually catch you off guard. There may be some jump scares or some loud noises like pops or stuff, you know. But and there can actually just be like some creepy statues. There can actually be some creepy statues and some animatronic stuff, but they're not real animatronics. They're just like motors and stuff. That's literally all I'm saying. There's no other way that I can actually describe that further, so I'm really sorry about that. Anyways, continuing on with the topic. Everything was going pretty well so far. I was pretty confident that I really wasn't even going to get that scared or get caught off guard, but I just cannot believe. But I ended up getting scared, and there was a lot of things there was basically a lot of things um that can actually appear out of nowhere. Like there was some statues with some motors and some robots and something, not actual robots by the way. And then there was this one part where there was basically a bunch of spiders, fake spiders at least. Like there was basically a wall of fake spiders, and oh my god, it was it was making me very uncomfortable. No, not just uncomfortable. I was getting very scared, like actually. And then there was some. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm not trying to spoil or anything. It's just based on what I saw during my experience. And then we also saw some laundry and some washing machines, and there was also a tentacle. There was basically an octopus tentacle dangling out of there. Like, oh my god. I don't even know why, but it would probably be very unsettling. Like if I ever walk into a haunted laundromat and then actually just happen to see um octopus tentacle poking out of the washing machine the inside, I would just be like, "Nope, I'm out of here." But I just kept walking. And then at some point, Jesus, I will never forget what I actually saw and what I actually came across. Like it's just there's basically a reason it why I keep saying that it just leaves a mental scar on me that still remains to this day, and now I can never even go around pianos. But all I'm saying is, but the but all I'm gonna say is, I went into this one part of the room that basically had a that basically had an organ pipe piano. I think that's how you say it, and I think that's basically what it looks like. It was haunted, and the room was basically like a Phantom Opera um playing on its own kind of layer. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it was like, and every time when it would actually like play like a certain key, oh man, it would also like light up. It would also light up the It would also light up um the room too. I didn't really see what was on. I couldn't really see what was on top of me. I was like getting really scared, and oh my god, Jesus Christ! I just do not. I just thinking about it just makes me very uneasy. It makes me stutter and shudder, and I don't know. I mean, another thing that you may not know about me is that I'm pretty scared of like organ pipe pianos. Like they they just make me very nervous. And they just make me very uneasy and they kind of make me feel very fearful. Because what if they're haunted and what if it's actually like very loud? Like you could be minding your own business going through a church and then all of a sudden there's an organ pipe piano and then somebody or a ghost possessing it actually plays a key and it's very loud and then you could actually just like, be caught off guard or maybe catch a heart attack or something. But oh my god. And then I actually eventually made it out of this room. And then I don't even know what else is there, but all I know is that I can't even remember what else was there, but all I know is that there was at the ending there was basically a guy in a costume with a chainsaw, with a fake chainsaw, and that actually caught me off guard. And then we actually finally made it out of there. And then oh man. I was speechless at this point, you know? And then my dad asked me how was it, and I was kind of and I just gave him the silent treatment and then he said, "Don't talk." And then I said, "Don't talk to me or don't touch me." Oh man. But yeah, that's all I'm saying. And then that's the story and then that's my experience with a 13th floor haunted house. I mean, nowadays when people would actually when a friend or a family member would actually mention it or actually suggest that we would actually go or something, I would actually just say no, and I would actually just I don't know, do everything to not go. I would literally just do anything, like beg or something. I would literally do anything to not go. Like Jesus Christ. And then the aftermath of that night, I had to go to bed. I slept, but with the lights on, because I was not trusting, like, the dark at the moment. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. And the end, I guess. And I'm not really sure if there's actually a moral of the story that I can actually say to if I'm gonna be very honest with you guys right now. But yeah. I started but yeah, that's literally all I'm saying. All I'm gonna say is, just don't make the same mistakes as I did, alright? Otherwise, you'll have to, like, be traumatized with me or something. Just don't. I mean, even no matter what age you are, or no matter how old you are, just don't go into the 13th floor haunted house. That's literally all I'm saying. Unless if you want a real scare, and unless if you're not really sensitive, you know. But yeah, that's literally all I'm saying. It's just I just felt the need to talk about that. That's all I'm saying. I'm still really traumatized about it. Anyways, that's basically the end of the video. If you guys like this video, give this video a thumbs up and a like. Subscribe if you're new around here. Turn the notification bell so that you don't miss a single video I post. And I'm trying my best to like be as active as possible. And while you're at it, comment in the comment section below that you actually enjoyed the video. Oh, and while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and just comment what was basically one event that actually traumatized you? So yeah, that's literally all I'm saying. And yeah, until then, this is Spark Habit, and I'll catch you guys later.